The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Tonight, the Knicks at Brooklyn. Kevin Durant, 29, 12, and 12, a triple-double. Seth Curry had 23. A wire-to-wire win for the Nets. They led by 16 after one. They led by 25 at the half, and they cruised from start to finish. The final tonight, 112-85 from Brooklyn. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito along with Wally Zerbiak. Monica McNutt is here. I repeat, Monica McNutt is here.
First of all, I knew you were going to do that. And you know what? I will take...
We love you, but I mean, come on,
She got to win opening night.
Thank you, Wally.
You're one.
But I also am willing to be a sacrificial lamb because I don't know what happened tonight. So if it makes us feel better to blame me, I will take that. Because, Wally, the team didn't show up at all.
They didn't. Is it snowing out there?
Golly.
Is there snow out there?
Oh, man.
Don't get me more
Knicks
aggravated.
took a snow day today.
Completely.
They absolutely took a snow day. I cannot explain what happened. I thought they were going to come out so fired up after getting their confidence against Minnesota, coming into Brooklyn, a team that's just had all kinds of turmoil to start the season off. New coach, fired a coach, craziness going on with Kyrie Irving. And they go into their arch rival's building right across the way and just get absolutely blown off the floor. I did not see this coming at all.
I can honestly say that we have seen the Knicks lose leads in Tom Thibodeau's tenure. Rarely have we seen a scenario like this.
There was never any
Never on the
pushback
board,
at all.
nothing.
There was never any. I think the closest they got it to was like 15. I mean, they just never had anything. Now, this happens. I remember Kevin McHale told me there's going to be 3 or 4 nights out of the 82-game season where you just don't have it. You're going to try your hardest to get back in the game. You're just going to lose by 30. That's just how it works. It's just hard when this came against the team that it came against because I look at the Nets as a team that you really want to beat. And, oh, by the way, that's 8 straight losses against your arch rival right across the way, the Brooklyn Nets.
So when Kevin McHale mentioned that to you, was that less than 12 games in that was supposed to start happening?
No, it's supposed to happen like game 25, 30 on a back-to-back, you know, when you're kind of a little beaten up, a little banged up. I was surprised at this one because the Knicks, I thought the first 10 games, you know, there was 1 or 2 that they didn't play well, but for the most part, you know they're going to show up. You know they're going to have a good effort. But tonight, they just couldn't figure out any way to stop Durant.
Knicks had been 5-0, Monica and Wall, against teams this year under 500.
There you go.
Nets come in at 4-7. Of course, Mike and Clyde, we talked about in the pregame, they made Jacques Vaughn the permanent head coach, so they got what they hope is a stable situation on the coaching front. But the way this evolved, Monica, the Knicks gave up a 12-0 run in the first quarter, and they were down 24-8, and that basically was the whole ballgame.
I will say in the first half, it felt like Jalen Brunson didn't hit a couple of shots that we've been grown accustomed to him hitting as one of the guys that's emerged as more clutch. Not that they were shots that would have kept the lead maybe within single digits, but maybe kept it a little bit more manageable, right? And like allowed you to feel like, okay, if we cut this thing to 12 or less, then we're still playing. So it was a tough night all around. I don't even want to over-glamorize the productivity out of Julius Randle in that first quarter because all in all, the end result is something that I'm certain everybody wishes they could erase from their memory. But it was just a flat night. I don't know how to explain it. They were just flat.
Yeah, and the Brooklyn Nets came out led by Edmund Sumner, who is not known for his three-point shooting. He was outstanding. The ball was moving. Kevin Durant was drawing double teams. This team, all of a sudden, when they got rid of Steve Nash, has become a very good defensive team, and they were locking down on the Knicks. I mean, just...
Is that all coaching, Wally, or scheme, or what is it?
I don't know. Jacques Vaughn is a veteran in this league. He's been around this team for 7 years. That's what Sean Marks liked about giving him the opportunity to be the head coach. And it seems like Kevin Durant has also taken ownership of this team. His leadership in the last week since, Steve Nash has been let go has been tremendous. He looks like a completely different player out there. He's completely leading his team on both ends of the floor. And the guys around him, they're not known as big-time players, but he is elevating their play to another level.
Tonight, Durant scored or assisted on 58 of the Nets' 108 points before subbing out in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
So, I mean, and it's interesting, Wally, because we can make whatever we wanted of some of the conversations in the offseason where Durant, as you see him hit that three there, quite frankly, requested for Steve Nash to be replaced. But it does feel like now that this team is starting to pull all in the right direction. And we talked about how challenging it would be to guard Kevin Durant. You called it. I mean, he was poised for a triple-double, and that's exactly what he was able to accomplish. But there's a reason that this guy is still one of the best in the league, one of the best in the world, arguably so. And tonight, without any defensive constitution, as I said, versus him or the rest of that team, he's able to walk into a triple-double.
Yeah, he was outstanding. And I just think Jacques Vaughn is going to hold this team accountable. And that's what you want out of a coach. I mean, Steve Nash was a great player, 2-time MVP. But when things got tough, did his voice carry through the locker room? And did the guys heed his word? It seems like Jacques Vaughn, with what he's accomplished in his career, just being a hard-nosed, tough guy, just grinded out in his career, it seems like he's garnering the respect of the locker room.
I agree.
That goes a long way. And when you have the respect of also Kevin Durant, your star player, that can go a long way to helping your team accomplish that.
Steve had been great to me when we did national games and such, but I will say there is just a certain personality about leaders. And even as we joked about the press conference earlier today, hearing from Jacques Vaughn, I mean, that's a great line he's cracking about maybe not being his wife's first choice. There's a charisma about him. There's a respected reputation. And not that Steve Nash's reputation was not respected, but there's a certain presence that you have to have to be the head coach on a team with those type of headlining names. And so now, I mean, if this team gets pulling in the right direction, we can see what happens.
Ben Simmons really not giving them a lot. Kyrie Irving, of course, is not playing, and yet they may be better with Durant and the supporting cast than having what was supposed to be a big three.
I also like the way they're handling Ben Simmons. I like the way Jacques Vaughn is bringing him off the bench. He's bringing him in slowly. He's saying, you have to figure out how you fit into this team. You have to play well to earn your minutes. You have to get, he's not just saying, hey, you're just going to start. You're making $36 million a year. You're a max player. You were an all-star. You go out there, start every game and figure it out. No. He's bringing him along slowly with a bench role. If he starts to continue to play well, maybe he'll evolve into a starter again. But for now, he has him in the role where he deserves to be playing it.
I mean, if Edmund Sumner keeps playing like that, where the minutes might not be there. I mean, this
is a
rookie
young man making $2 million a year, Edmund Sumner, and he's playing his butt off.
And he can shoot, and that's exactly what you have to put around Kevin Durant. And when Kyrie gets back, I mean, he's a floor spacer. So, listen, there's a lot to work out on that side. But more importantly, I hope that whatever the film session is for the Knicks from looking back at this game, the bottom line becomes you just have to show up. You cannot show up that flatly.
Are these losses sometimes easier to get over than a heartbreaker? Just we didn't have it, forget it, move on?
Well, it depends on how you respond from this loss.
Right.
The Knicks better come out on Friday like a house of fire, because after a loss like this, if you back this one up with another, snow day, so to speak, you don't get two in a row. It's going to say a lot about how they come out on Friday. They better come out like a house of fire on Friday.
Knicks host Detroit Friday. We're on the air at 7 o'clock. And then Sunday, it's an 11:30 a.m. pregame for their home game against OKC. And then the Knicks go to the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
So these next two games coming in 5 and 6, it'd be nice for them, obviously, to go on the road at 7 and 6.
Right.
Because it gets tough out there, and it's obviously a little bit early for a West Coast road trip.